I want to welcome everybody to the Grit and Grind Sports Show Podcast live on YouTube. Daryl and Shawn, another week.
Another week.
But Daryl, before we get started, I gotta do two things that we just gotta do first.
What you got to do?
Well, first I gotta give a shout out to Miss Angela Miller,
Okay.
who was named the congratulations.
All right.
Who was named the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Dave Harris AD of the Year in the state of North Carolina.
All right. Congratulations.
So we had to give a shout out to Angela Miller for winning that and bringing it back to Nash County.
Nash County. Yep.
It's another title.
Another title. that
Back in Nash County.
Back in Nash County. Great things happening here in Nash County.
That's what they say.
And speaking of that, great things, we got to thank some people from last week's
We
show.
do. If you didn't see it, we did the live stream at Nash Central.
Yep.
This was the second one we done. Last year we did Northern and Rocky Mountain.
Yep.
Second one we done at Nash Central at the Dog Pound. And we got to thank the faculty, the principal, the staff, the booster club, the band, the band teacher, the dance teacher, the dance team.
Yep. Everybody.
Everybody that was involved. Even the people that tailgated and brought us something to eat.
Yep,
and
brought us
cold
something to
drinks.
eat.
But one more person we got to thank too.
Who's that?
We got to thank Rover the dog. Got to thank Rover the dog for
Rover the
hanging
dog
out
hanging
with us.
out with us at the
He was the
tailgate.
highlight, they say.
Yeah, he was the highlight show, and we had a great time.
Great
at
time,
Nash
John.
Central. You know, we just thank you for inviting us, for allowing us to do the show there, and looking for many more times to do it there too. So.
And we'll be throwing out some more dates by the end of the show or some other places that we'll be traveling in Nash County and do some live stream for the game. Well, Daryl, with that being said, we thank you, Nash Central.
Yes.
I guess if you didn't see the promo we shot after the game, you may not know, but Nash Central did lose that game and Southern did win. So, Daryl, being that you picked Southern and I picked Nash Central,
Yes,
I'm going to let you open up this recap. Because like I said on the promo, this is yours. It's your
All right,
recap.
well, you know, before we can open up the recap, we got to let people know where we at, Shawn.
Well, first of all, you're right. We in Death Valley.
Death Valley,
Part 2.
Part 2.
Because we ain't on the field.
No, where we at?
We on the soccer field over
Soccer
here.
field.
I wanted to come out here on the soccer field. Daryl wanted to come on the soccer field. So we had the Fighting Night soccer
We
field.
got the band somewhere in the
Band
woods
back
back
there,
playing.
they play.
They practice.
They practice.
Getting ready.
They get ready Friday night.
Yep.
But tell me about what happened from
Well,
last Friday night.
From last, it goes back to what we talked about last week on the show, is that Southern was in a situation where you lost a game early in the season, and they had to get refocused.
They had to.
You know, we said a couple things that both teams needed to do, and you know, it was to get refocused, to get off the Instagram, get off the Twitter,
That's it. Get
go
that
home,
homework
get
done.
some sleep, get out homework taken care of early in the week, and get ready to play Friday night.
And I think that's what
And
they did.
both teams was ready to play.
Great game. Start off a good game.
Great game for both teams. Started off great in the first quarter. Both teams was in there back and forth. And at halftime, I think it was 16-8 at
Right.
that time. But in that third quarter is when Southern really started flexing their muscles with the run game.
They
and,
did.
I mean, they started.
And that's
yeah,
they left it all out on the field.
they left it on the field. And when you have the weapons that Southern Nash had at running back, you had Luke Faulkner running the ball, you had Hines, you had Mitchell, you know, hitting that corner and running in a touchdown. And it was just a little bit too much for Nash Central at that particular time. And so it was a good game.
Good game. And if you're Nash Central, it's one of those games now. You know, we always say a measure stick game.
Right.
Now you know the flaws you need to work on this week. Because you got two more teams you got to play in this Grit and Grind little mini conference.
Right.
You got Northern and you got Rocky Mountain. And a lot of people say Northern's loaded. But, I mean, at Southern Nash with Southern Ottomans, on any Friday night, anything
Friday
can
night,
happen.
Anything.
Same thing with Rocky Mountain.
Yeah.
As Bun.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, I picked Bun to win that game. Rocky Mountain took care of business.
care of business.
Any Friday night, things can happen. Well, Daryl, as always, please tell me, who was that Grit player of the week this week?
Well, Shawn, as I was doing my research this weekend
Okay.
of the Grit player, I went several places. I went down to Clayton.
I heard about that.
Clayton Comets has a great defense going on down there.
Playing some good football
there's
down
some
there.
Good football going on down there. I went back to Wilson County.
Uh-oh.
Looked at some teams in Wilson County.
Fight, Bentonville,
ACOT, ACOT game.
Oh, we'll talk
I
about
looked
that
at
one.
that.
We can talk about that one. Keep going, keep
I
going.
looked there. But, Shawn, I had to go to Franklin Rams. I had to go.
Ram
I
Nation.
watched
Stand up.
as I was doing some research on the Rams game coming up this week, and I was watching that Roanoke Rapids game.
Okay.
It was one kid that stood out for me, and that was number 58, Ray Cooper.
Ray Cruder. Yeah,
There
Cruder.
you go.
Uh-huh. I've been
36
watching.
Yeah, 36 total tackles for the year. And the thing that stood out for me with him was it was a play where Roanoke Rapids had the ball. I think it was on their 2 or 3 yard line and was about to score. And I just saw number 58 come up and make a play and make a stop.
They sent me that play.
Yeah, and from that point on, watching him in the highlights, he was all over the field. He's that old school type linebacker.
That's what you
You
want.
know, he stays home and watches the field, and then he makes a decision on which way he's going to go. And he gets right there in the grit of it. So, for me, this week's grit player is Ray
Cruder.
There we go. And Shawn.
Yes, sir.
Who's that grind player of the week?
Well, Daryl, this week the grind player goes to an entire team.
Uh-oh.
And just like you, I was researching all around. I had somebody at CBA caught. They took a loss against Hunt. Had somebody that Coach Juan team Hunt. But I kept looking around because I wanted to make sure that I checked all of my bearings, all my surroundings, all my teams in our little hub that we call. And it's just one team that deserves this.
Okay.
Because they just stick out so much. And it's the Warriors of J.F. Webb in Oxford, North Carolina.
Okay.
In the 2A, 3A Northern Lakes Conference. J.F. Webb right now is 4-1. 1-0 in conference play. Their first game of the season, East Chapel Hill, they beat them 47-0. Then they had a rival game between Warren County. I did not know how big that rivalry was between J.F. Webb and Warren County. Neighboring counties, big rivalry. J.F. Webb won 27-20. Then they played American Leadership Academy, 29-13. Now, after that Warren County game, they suffered a loss against a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Then they played another rival, Granville Central, 50-0. But what made this team stick out to me this week to make the entire team and the coaching staff the grind player of the week was this team has not had a winning season. This is no knock on J.F. Webb, no knock on them, but it's just history, it's facts.
Right.
They have not had a winning season since 2010, 2011, when they went 6-6, 500. So 12 years of a losing streak, and they have turned this program around. With the coaching staff, Coach Gainey coming in there, getting things done, changing things up, players buying into the system. But when I look at this there, when you're able to turn a program around and start heading the right direction, it follows the model of what we talk about on our show.
Yeah.
Number one, in the classroom.
It starts there.
That's
every
where
time.
it starts, in the classroom.
Every time.
Kids getting the homework done, getting the assignments done so they can be eligible to play on Friday night.
Because why?
If you're not, you can't do your coach no harm sitting in the stands with your family and loved ones.
That's it.
You got to be on that field dressed, ready to go.
You can't do it.
Then you know what else is we talk about on our show? Not only in the classroom, but listening to your coaches.
Doing your job.
I could have said, I could
job.
have said it no better. That's
Do
the key
your job.
word. Listen to your coach, do your job. That's what this team has done. They got to be doing something right because they pitched 2 shutouts.
Yeah.
So J.F. Webb gets it. I'm telling you, good things are happening over there with the Warriors. They're turning things around. And this is the kind of thing that we talk about and we always say, Rocky Mount Prep can follow the same blueprint that J.F. Webb did and start getting things going for them. But I'm proud of the Warriors. And Darryl, I'm looking forward because we have been invited to come up to J.F. Webb to hang out with the team and watch the game. So J.F. Webb Warriors, grit and grind.
We on our way.
We on our way. And with that being said, Darryl, let's go ahead and jump into our 3 games of the week.
All right.
We have a lot. So the first one we got is CBA Cop versus Eastway.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about this game. I want to talk about it, but I would feel much better talk about it if I go to. Did I say my Golden Falcons?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Uh-oh. If the Golden Falcons would have beat Hunt, as you know, we can recap right quick. Darryl said, Hunt proved it.
Yeah, and Hunt did it.
They
Hunt
did it.
took care of business.
I don't know what that message was proving. Did the deal?
Yeah.
They must have took a picture of you saying prove it, hung it up in the locker room.
Because they proved it.
They
They took care of
They
business
walked the walk
in
and
that
they
game.
talked the talk.
Oh, they did there. Yeah.
CBA Cops coming in after a bad loss against Hunt. And they're coming in off a 35-7 loss against Hunt in conference play. And we said that could hurt CBA Cops because they want to stay ahead of the pack.
Right.
But this still is not a bad ACON team. They just ran against a more hungrier Hunt team. And we always say that about Hunt.
Yeah.
They play good teams in non-conference, your Northern and your Southerns, your Rocky Mountains, Tarboroughs, teams like that. They play good teams, so it helps them get prepared for conference play. And we always say in conference, throw it out the window because the
Yes.
week one is what? Everybody 0-0.
Everybody's 0-0.
But this is not a bad CBA Cotton team. I mean, they still got the quarterback. They got Ray down there at the quarterback. They got Barton 26 tackles, Williams 20 tackles, Jay Frederick 100 yards rushing. Ray has thrown over 187 yards throwing. I can't say your last name, Ray, so I'm sorry, but that's why I'm calling you Ray. They got McLaurin 277 yards rushing. The junior Elliott 360 yards rushing. So this ACOT team is a good team. And I mean, in the first 3 games, they scored 132 points to their opponent's 45. Now, their opponent's 45 in the first 3 games, and then Hunt put up 35. So Hunt has helped their opponent's score go up. But it's not a bad ACOT team. I think they just got caught up against a better Hunt team that night.
Yeah, and I agree. And it's the same thing when you say a better team. East Wake, East Wake coming into this game 1-3, but they won their last game
Against Southern Wayne.
against Southern Wayne.
A
They
team
put
that-
up 46 points against Southern Wayne.
And that's a team that turned their season around.
Yeah, yep. And they turned the season, and they put up 46 against Southern Wayne. It was 46-32. The thing is, and right now in the conference, East Wake is sitting at 3rd place right now.
They're sitting in the
1-0.
place. Right place.
And so this is a opportunity
To move
for
up.
East Wake to move up. Now, they've played, prior to that Southern Wayne game, they played 3 teams that's got winning records. You got a Southern Nash team they started off the season with. Southern Nash is sitting at 4-1. You got a Nightdale team. I think Nightdale is 1-2 right now. And then you got a Roseville team that's sitting at 4-1. So you had 2 teams that got winning records that you've already played.
And then you
that
had
are
your rival.
powerhouse teams in the area.
Then you had your rival Nightdale.
And then you had your
And
rival
everybody gonna
Nightdale.
get riled up for that game.
Yeah, and that was a close game too, 20-14. So East Wake has played good ball in spurts. It's just that you got to put it all together. And against this Southern Wayne team, they was able to put it together, and now they got that stride back. And I think East Wake is going to be okay in this game in a sense of the offense. And I think it starts with a quarterback.
Okay.
I saw that quarterback play against Southern Nash, and he was able to throw the ball and get the ball down the field. So I think East Wake has that weapon. And then defense, as long as they can cut down on those penalties, that is the biggest thing I think that's been hurt them the most in a lot of these games. So this is an opportunity for East Wake. You coming in, you got a team that's coming in where that's playing at home.
They're coming off a loss
That's coming off a loss.
at their house.
Yep. And you got a chance to take advantage of that and possibly be 2-0 in the conference. So if you can really get focused in this game and take advantage of this, that's a good chance that you can come out with a W if you're East Wake.
CVA got a lot of things they got to improve on this week going into practice. I got to pick.
I got to pick on this one as well.
I'm going to say for the quick 5-minute quick.
All
pick.
right.
Jumping over to our next game, Daryl, it will be Bun versus Northern Nash. Northern Nash is hosting this game,
Yeah,
and we're
Northern
at Death
Nash.
Valley Part 2
Yep.
at Northern Nash.
At Northern Nash, we're here. So let me tell you about Northern Nash. They're 4-0 right now.
4-0.
They had a bye last week, so they didn't play. But prior to that, they played a D.H. Conley team where they went down there and won 37-12.
Had to come from behind at halftime.
But they took care of
But they
business.
took care of business.
And we say it all the time. This is the best
Halftime adjustment team. They just make the
right
told you,
adjustments.
I don't know if Coach Ferris got a hidden file cabinet on the bus with a new playbook, but every halftime we have seen this team play live, they scratch what they did in the
Yep.
first half and open up with a whole
Something
different
totally
offense defense.
And I'll call this. So they've won 4 games. They took the road show to Wilson. They beat Hunt 48-13. Then they beat Fight 55-12. So they took care of Wilson.
They took care of
Wilson
Wilson.
out. Then they said, let's go to Greenville.
There's an Ian and Wilson.
So they went down to Greenville. J.H. Rose, they won 34-20. And last, D.H. Conley, 37-12.
There's an in Pitt County.
So they've taken care of that. So now they're at home. And again, the key players I'm looking for Northern Nash in this game starts with that quarterback, Elijah Pitts. Right now, he's second in the conference behind Winston Lee, who at Nash Central as far as total yards passing. Pitts has 411 as right now.
Okay.
Then you got your running back, Dwight Mitchell. You got your other running back and outside linebacker, Brandon Strickland.
Okay.
Number 21. And if you're Bun, you need to find out on defense where's 21 position.
Cause he's all over the field.
He is all over the field. Watching video of him, I was highly impressed because he's that type of outside linebacker that's going to be in a position to make a play. And when he makes those plays, you're going to know he was there. Then you got your receiver, Randall King. Randall King, I'm highly impressed with Randall King because with Randall King, it's not just I'm going to catch the ball and hit the ground. I'm going to catch the ball and run.
He's explosive.
It is
He's
the
explosive.
run after the catch that just impressed me with Randall King. So number 2 is another person you got to watch out for, Northern Nash. And then the defense. We got the same players. You got Baker, Arrington, Porter, Graham. These guys are doing what it takes to keep their offense in the games, being break mentality, and take care of business and get out with a W. So, again, I got a pick in this one. But tell me a little bit about those Bun Wildcats again.
Wildcats of Bun coming back to Nash County.
Yep.
They came last week to Rocky Mountain.
Yep.
I thought Lightning was going to strike twice, but
That's
we
what you
kept
said.
saying Rocky Mountain was able to go up to Northeastern and put up 43 points, meaning that they were finding their groove in offense, that everything started clicking. Bun was not able to do like they did in the game before that, before they went on the bye. But if you're Bun, you're coming to this game, and this is a hard one to steal. Now, we always say Friday night, that's why they turn the lights on.
Yeah.
So everybody can play football, let the boys, let the girls play. Let them play.
Mm-hmm.
But for this one, Bun, you're going to have to make sure you do everything right, because this team is going to do everything right.
Yes.
They don't have that many penalties. You're going to have to cut back on penalties. But with Bun, you got to go back to Wesley Evans. I've been saying that name for the past 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He is the fullback. You got to go to DeMonte Cook, the running back. Joseph Dahl, the senior. It starts with those 3 leadership guys right there saying, we're going to try to put Bun on our back and hang in the game. I think if you're Bun, if you can come in here, hard place to play in.
Yeah.
Very hard place to play in. If you can come into Death Valley and you can give it your all, cut back on the penalties, listen to your coach, stick to the game plan, make the right adjustments, and what's the key word, Doug? Do what?
Do your job.
Do your job.
That's it.
Don't worry about the next man.
No.
Do your assignment. You can make this a chance where you can give yourself a chance to win.
Yeah.
But you got to check all the small boxes first. But even if you don't get in here and give yourself a chance, if you don't get the score where you need to be, if you're Bun, this is a merit stick game.
Yeah, I was gonna
this
say,
this
that's
team
what
was the
this is
runner-up
about.
for the state championship last
Right.
year. So this is where your program can say where we want to get at, because 2A conference play is coming up, what, a matter of 2 more weeks?
Yeah.
So if you can check the boxes against Northern Nash and either make it a game, be in the game, or be close, or if even if you don't get the score right, it's kind of a little upside on the score, a blowout, just saying we did these things right. We got more first downs than we did last week.
That's it.
You know, we got in the end zone last week 2 times. This week we got in it 3 times
That's
on a
what
good
you want.
team. That's what Bun wants to focus on with this game. I got a pick, but I'll make that a 5-minute
That
quick
5-minute
pick.
quick
But
pick.
I know my pick, and I think for this game, I know your pick on this one.
All right.
I think I do, but I don't know. Now leading us to our last game, Daryl.
Let's call this game the prime time game of the week.
Oh, I like that.
You like that?
The North Grit and Grind prime time
Game of the week.
Well, Daryl, this game right here. Franklin Red Rams,
Yes.
2-3, versus the 4-1 Bulldogs of Nash Central. You got the road team this week.
I got the road team this
I'm
week.
going to give it to you.
All right, so Nash Central's, like you said, it's 4-1.
4-1.
They coming off a loss against Southern Nash, a tough loss because it was a tough game. It was 22-8.
Tough loss.
And the thing with Nash Central is that you want to be able to come back from that. It's the same thing we told Southern last week.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
This is what builds character.
That's it.
How you going to respond is the most important thing after a loss. How you going to get yourself back up?
That's right. That's
So
right.
if you're Nash Central, you got to say, okay, we saw the tape, we learned from these mistakes, then we got to go on and go out here and do better this week.
That's right.
And that's what you got to focus on if you're Nash Central. And again, We know Wesley got hurt in the game.
Yeah.
So we don't know his
We don't know his status right now.
Right now. But we do know that offense-wise, it starts with, Finkley, Johnson, Rogers, Jones, those guys on offense. And then again on defense, you got Harrison, Johnson, Drone, Wilkerson. Those guys got to step up on defense because you don't know the quarterback situation right now.
Right.
With Nash Central. So defense-wise, you got to really play because you're coming into this game going to Franklin. Playing a team that just won in Roanoke Rapids. And they're feeling pretty confident right now.
They're feeling real confident.
And so you getting a team that just came off of a win and waiting for you to come home. And this is going to be a tough game. And you got to be really focused in on this game. You got to forget about what happened last week. You got to let that go.
That's right.
And you got to get refocused on what your opponent is this week, which is the Franklinton Rams. So, Shawn, tell me a little bit about Franklin.
Red Rams of Franklinton. Red Ram, Ram Nation, stand up. 2-3. 0-1 at home.
Yep.
2-2 on the road. At 500 on the road. Franklinton opened up against Apex 4A. We done been down this road. Yep. 48-0. South Central 14-6. Lewisburg rival 34-6. Wakefield trap game.
That was that trap game. That's what we talked
Wakefield
about.
played 3 good teams, and Franklinton just got caught on the wrong night.
Yep.
41-7. But the thing about Franklinton was they were able to go to Roanoke Rapids, and you did what you had to do on the road.
Yeah.
You got your good win. 22-14. Your offense was clicking, and the one thing I liked about it when I watched some of this game was special teams. And we always talk about a lot of these games are decided by special team play. Special teams did good for Franklinton. But if you're Franklinton, you got to go with Aiden Hemphill, the junior quarterback. Damian Miller, the running back. Demetrius Brody, the senior wide receiver. Markel Massenberry. Gabriel Lynn. You got to get this game because you want to keep yourself in competitiveness for seeding in the playoffs.
Yeah.
These 2A games for Franklinton matter because when we get to 3A play, you got 3 tough schools you got to play. Rocky Mount, Northern, and Indian Season and Southern. 3 hard games. Because we don't know where Northern could be at. We don't know where Southern could be at. And we don't know where Rocky Mount could be at. And all of these teams right now are playing good football over here. These are the games, if you're Franklinton, you need to steal. But if you can steal this one, you got Bun next week at home.
That's going to be a tough game.
That's a tough game.
That's a rival game right
That's a rival game.
Yeah.
So these 2 games right from Franklinton matter. Franklinton was able to beat Roanoke Rapids last year, 2014, and they beat them again this year.
Yeah.
I just want to see what they can do because, once again, we don't know the offense situation with Winston Lee being hurt. We don't know if he'll be playing this week or if he'll take a week off.
Right.
So if you're Franklinton, you're in the right spot this week to play this last team.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask to be in the perfect spot, not knowing the way the offense defense is going to go. I got a pick for this game.
Yep.
But I'm going to say for my final pick of the show.
All right. So speaking of the final pick of the show, it's that time, Shawn.
It's that time, Darryl.
It is that time. Everybody talks about it all the time when y'all going to get to pick the 5-minute quick pick.
Let's jump over to 8-man football. Let's not keep it waiting, Darryl.
All right.
Rocky Mount Academy versus St. Davis.
All right, Rocky Mount Academy.
I'm sticking with they did. I'm sticking with the Academy.
I'm still riding with them.
Faith Christian versus Father Capadona.
Give me Faith Christian.
I'm going to stick with Faith Christian. I'm sticking with the Patriots on this. CCS versus Bethel Academy.
I'm going to go CCS.
I'm going to CCS. This team is off this week, but they got another win.
All right.
Howard.
2 wins.
2 wins.
We called it last week.
Howard.
We called it. Well, I think I called it.
I called it.
Did you call it?
I called it with you.
You called it with? Okay.
We must be their lucky charm.
All right. So we both said Howard.
2 wins for Howard, and I got to give congratulations to Howard. They sent a message, let me know they got another win. So, way to go, Eagles of Howard. Let's go to Edgecombe County, Darryl. Southwest Edgecombe versus Green City.
I'm going Southwest Edgecombe. I think I went against them last week.
Went against them last week.
Against Farmville Central, and they let me know. They let me know.
They let you know?
Yeah, they let me know.
You know my pick ain't hard to find. SWE, Southwest Edgecombe, Cougar Town, USA, Pine Tops. North Edgecombe versus Rocky Mount Prep. 2 teams that in that 1A conference, both of them kind of struggling this year. I think North Edgecombe has been able to get 1-2 wins. Rocky Mount Prep still looking for their first win to see.
I'm gonna go North Edgecombe.
I gotta go Warriors North Edgecombe. Tarboro versus Bertie.
Oh, I'm going Tarboro.
Tarboro.
Yeah,
Easy.
Tarboro.
Let's jump over to East Wake, then we'll go to Wilson. East Wake, Roseville has a bye. Wakefield has a bye. Knightdale has a bye, but there is one team playing.
Okay.
Crump Holders versus Willow Springs.
I'm going Cohen Holders.
I want to go Willow Springs, but somebody Pirates, I keep just seeing
Yeah.
their name pop up. I'm going to go Crump Holders.
Okay.
Halifax, Oxford, Warren, Northampton. Halifax Academy, 8-man football versus Northeast Academy.
I'm going Halifax.
I'm going Halifax. Southeast Halifax versus the Jaguars of Northampton.
Oh,
Northampton. Easy one, right?
Yeah, that's Northampton.
Our favorite team with a favorite name. This is a hard beat for you this week.
Okay, what we got?
Kemp Pride.
Kemp Pride.
That's our favorite team with a favorite name. Guess what they play this week?
Who they got?
Eagles of Warren County.
Whoa.
He can't make a pick. He can't make a pick. He can't make it.
Oh, who do I have? Woo. I'm gonna have to go Warren County on this one.
For the first time
For the
this
first
season.
time, I'm gonna have to go Warren
No,
County.
you can go Warren
Yeah,
County.
I'm going Warren. I think Warren County's gonna take care of business.
For the first time this season, Daryl, I'm gonna go Warren County Eagles.
Okay.
Boy, they about
They
to
about to pass out up there, Warren
pass out
County.
of Warren County. Vance County versus Lewisburg. Vance County undefeated still.
I'm gonna have to go Vance County.
Gotta go Vipers Vance County. J.F. Well versus Southern Durham. 4-1 J.F. Well versus 1-4 Southern Durham.
I'm going JF West.
I gotta go Warriors and J.F. Well. That's my watch out game
That's
this
your
week.
watch out. Okay.
All right, Wilson North Johnson, Daryl. Wilson fight versus South Johnson. That's a tough game. Tough game.
I'm going South Johnson.
I'm going South Johnson on this one.
Yeah.
Hunt versus Triple S. Well, Hunt have a letdown after doing,
I think
big
Hunt is focused. Hunt has a good team, and I've been saying this. And if they watched our tailgate show, I changed my pick.
You changed
In
on
the
tailgate
ACBA ACOT game, I said Hunt
You
at the
said
last
Hunt.
minute.
You changed it.
I'm going to stick with Hunt. I'm going Hunt on this.
I don't think Hunt has a letdown. I think this is a good Warrior team. I think everything is clicking. Coach Swan has his run game going, his pass game going. Give me the Warriors. Bedingfield versus Goldsboro. Bedingfield coming off a big win. Beat the undefeated Croatan last week.
And they going to Goldsboro?
Going to Goldsboro.
Go Bedingfield.
A Goldsboro team has not won.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Whoa.
Bedingfield.
Bedingfield. I
Bedingfield.
got to steal my bruiser Bedingfield. WPA, if you don't know what it stands for Wilson Prep Academy versus Northwest Halifax Vikings. Hey, he's picking me. I know mine. I'll give you a chance to think on it. I'm just buying.
Northwest Halifax for me.
Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going Vikings.
I got to ask that question down. Final answer.
Final answer. My upset pick.
Uh-oh.
That's my upset pick. The Vikings.
WPA stands for Wilson Prep Academy. Tiger Pride. WPA for the win. North Johnson versus Lakewood. North Johnson, one of those teams over there in Johnson County. Not hearing a lot about, but they're winning some games.
Winning some games. I'm going North Johnson on that game.
I got to stick with North Johnson. Well, let's jump over to Nash County, Daryl, and we'll do our game of the week pick and our prime time game of the week
All
pick.
right.
Nash County, the only game we got in Nash County this week is Southern Nash versus Rocky Mount, because the other ones are in our game of the week picks. Southern Nash, Rocky Mount. At Southern Nash, homecoming for Southern Nash this weekend.
That is going to be...
That is homecoming.
I'm going Southern Nash, but I'm
homecoming.
going to say it like this. Southern Nash can't have a letdown because they were so hyped up for the Nash Central game. Because you got a Rocky Mount team that just beat Bun. And prior to beating Bun, they played...
43-some points.
Put up 40-some points.
On Northeastern. And their house in Elizabeth City.
In Elizabeth City. So this Rocky Mount team has confidence. And if that confidence starts in that first quarter, second quarter where they're scoring, it might be a long night. But I'm going to go Southern Nash, but it's going to be close.
Southern Nash over Roanoke Rapids. Final answer. Southern Nash. Homecoming. Going Southern Nash. Final answer. They going Roanoke Rapids.
I'm going Southern Nash.
Homecoming day for Southern Nash. Homecoming king, homecoming queen, and the court will be on the field that evening. I don't got to talk about it no more. Southern Nash wins the homecoming.
All right.
Games of the week, but we have our primetime game of the week. Bun versus Northern Nash.
I think it's going to be, like you said, it's a measuring stick for Bun.
It's a measure stick.
And you just want to be able to accomplish those small things. Like you said, getting a certain amount of first downs.
Get more than what you got last week.
More than what you got last week. Getting the guys to play, to cut down on the film. because you are playing run up to 4A state, like 3A state
3A
champ.
state championship. It's a majestic game.
It's a measure state game for fun. So I'm gonna go Northern Nash. Um, yeah. So that's what you want out of this game. You just want to see where you at, what you need to work on, and go for that. But I'm going Northern Nash.
It's
Take
easy.
care of business.
I think the Knights just keep rolling. They keep
Yeah.
rolling, but if you're bun, you watch this game, you learn from this game
Yeah.
next week, and you make yourself better. Because like you said, you want to use this game to be momentum because two-way conference play is coming.
Yeah.
And if you're bun, guess what? You can run the table. You've
Run
done it
the-
before.
Right. And if you're Northern Nash, you do not want to take this game light.
No,
You
because
had
this
a bye
bun.
last week. You rested a little bit. You got a little relaxed. You got to come back refocused.
Cause Bun, if they see you take it lightly,
Yeah.
if Bun gets ahead,
Yeah.
when a team gets ahead against a team that they feel like they did not have a chance to win,
Right.
confidence gets better, passes start getting thrown easier,
Right.
catches start getting made out of everywhere, run game starts running.
Right. So you want to be focused if you're Northern Nash on this game as just as though if you're playing anybody else in the area. So
CBA Cop versus East Wake. A-Cop coming off a loss against her. East Wake coming off a win against Southern Wayne.
you know what? They
I
playing
thought-
that East Way.
I thought I would never, I thought I wouldn't be saying that. I thought I'd be saying A-Cop coming off a win,
Right.
East Wake coming off a loss, but that's why we play on Friday night, Daryl.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go East Wake on this. I'm gonna go East Wake.
You can
And I
leave on
think
that.
East Wake can get the upset
You go leave on
because
that
they
shit.
playing at home.
They played at home.
They
in
got a good
Wendell.
quarterback from the last time I saw when they played against Southern Nash.
He's decent. He's a good quarterback.
They were able to move the ball. If they could cut down on the penalties, I think East Wake will give themselves a chance to come out with a win in this game and go 2-0 in the conference. I'm
You
going
believe-
East Wake.
You can leave on the Alabama side.
Yeah, I'm going East Wake on this.
I'm staying on the island. I'm not leaving it. Golden Falcons, Pipe Bill, wake up. Let's go to East Wake. Let's go to Wendell. Let's take care of business and have a good bus ride back from Wendell back to Pikeville, North Carolina with a win. Golden Falcons get a win.
All right.
Prime time.
Prime time. Great
Okay.
grind.
Game of the week.
Prime time.
I like that one. I like that. Franklinton versus Dash Central in Ram Nation.
This is the
Hardest pick of the
hard
season.
because these are two good teams on different ends of it right now.
Right.
You know, you got a Nash Central 4-1, but they coming off a loss. And you got
a Franklinton
a
team
Franklin team.
that you thought would be on a 2-game win streak, got lost against Wakefield,
Right.
but was able to regroup, go to Roanoke Rabbit, and get a good
They
win.
get a good win. So I'm gonna go Nash Central, with the exception that Winston Lee's gonna be playing. I think that Coach Lee coming back into that area because he used to coach at Lewisburg,
Right.
and
He knows the
he
environment.
knows the environment. He knows that rival in that area, how Franklinton plays. I think he'll get Nash Central ready. I think he'll get the Bulldogs ready to play and get refocused and come up with a game plan, even if Winston is not playing, to where they can move the ball and still get the ball down the field and run their offense like they've been running all season. And then the defense,
Three
I
explosive
think,
backs.
yeah. And I think the defense is going to do what they've been doing all season, is stopping the run and playing sound defense. So I'm going Nash Central in this game.
Darryl, this is a hard pick because I'm just like you. I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
I've seen Nash Central play. Good team. Good team.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this Franklin team grow every game
Right.
and get better.
Right.
And learn something from the last game, build on that with what they have, and keep getting themselves ready to try to make a run to get on the boat to be in playoffs. This is a hard pick, but I'm like you. I think the experience comes in that this Nash Central team can bounce back after a loss. And I think if you're Nash Central, you know, we always talk about Franklinton or other teams, but they got to steal these games.
Sure.
I think if you're Nash Central, whether Winston Lee is playing or not, this is one you had highlighted in the 3A bracket saying you need to steal.
Right.
I think Nash Central's got that mentality. They go in there and they get a close upset
Right.
over a good Franklinton team.
Because it's going to be tough.
It's going to be
Because
tough.
it can go either way. Because
It go either way.
Franklinton has
They're gonna
that
be ready to play.
momentum and ready to play. And it goes back to what we said about them earlier in the season. You started off the season playing an Apex team.
A hard
A
game.
hard Apex.
Then you
anything.
went to South Central Winfield,
Right.
another hard
A
team.
hard team.
Then you had a
So-
Wakefield game,
Right.
another hard team.
So you've been in those environments playing good teams. So it's not like you're not
And all
used to
three
doing
of them
it.
on the road.
On the road. So now you're playing at home. The crowd's gonna be hyped up. Big time football.
It is.
So this game can go either way.
It go
They
either
both
way.
got Nash Central, but
But if Frankton won, I wouldn't be shocked
I wouldn't be shocked.
because it's a good Frankton team, and I
Yeah.
keep saying they are getting better every game.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make that push to get to the
Yeah.
bubble, either get in.
Yeah, get in.
That's a hard pick for me,
Okay.
Daryl. I'm sticking with it, but my pick could change by Thursday when the newspaper come out. It could change Friday. I could shoot a video saying I've changed my pick. I don't know. You can shoot
Yeah.
a video out on Friday and
Yeah.
say you changed your pick.
You never know.
I don't know, but we want to thank everybody for tuning in Studio 67 NCC and Channel 19 to watch the Grit and Grind podcast show live on the air and on YouTube. We want to thank everybody for participating this week. We want to thank Northern Nash for being our host this week. And as always, Don, you had to agree.
And do you have the grind?
And we will see you next week on Studio 67 NCC and Channel 19 on the Grit and Grind Sports Show podcast.